People rarely think obsessively about what is loud, available, or predictable. They fixate on what disrupts their internal balance. When someone occupies mental space long after the interaction ends, it is not because of charm alone. It is because a psychological loop has been opened and left unresolved. Dark psychology does not mean manipulation. It means understanding the forces that pull attention, create salience, and make the mind return to the same image again and again. The human brain is an efficiency machine. It filters most stimuli and discards what feels complete. Closure shuts the door. Completion ends interest. What remains active in memory is what feels unfinished, ambiguous, or uncertain. This is why people replay conversations, reread messages, and imagine outcomes that never happened. The mind seeks resolution. When it cannot find it, it circles back. This is the first principle. People think about what they do not fully understand. Clarity ends fixation. Ambiguity sustains it. When someone encounters you and cannot quickly categorize you, cannot predict your reactions, intentions, or emotional availability, you become cognitively expensive. The brain allocates resources to you because you resist easy explanation. Most people sabotage their own impact by over-explaining. They narrate their feelings, clarify their intentions, and smooth every interaction. This creates safety, but it also creates closure. When everything is known, there is nothing left to process. Dark psychology recognizes that restraint, not expression, often creates depth. Presence matters more than volume. People remember how they felt around you, not what you said. Emotional states are contagious. If you are calm while others are reactive, grounded while others are scattered, the contrast registers. The nervous system notices regulation. The mind labels it as strength. Strength attracts attention because it promises stability. This does not require dominance or arrogance. It requires internal coherence. When your behavior is consistent, your boundaries are clear, and your energy is self-contained, others experience a subtle imbalance. They feel slightly pulled toward you because your internal state is not asking anything from them. Desire intensifies where need is absent. Attention follows value, and value follows scarcity. Scarcity is not a tactic. It is a byproduct of having a life that does not revolve around being perceived. When you are not constantly available, not always responding, not always explaining, you create space. Space invites imagination. Imagination fuels fixation. The mind fills gaps. When contact is constant, there are no gaps. When interaction is intermittent but meaningful, the brain completes the pattern on its own. This is why intermittent reinforcement, unpredictable reward, has such a powerful effect on memory. It is not cruelty, it is biology. The brain learns faster and remembers longer when outcomes are not guaranteed. People often mistake this for gamesmanship. It is not about withholding affection or attention to provoke anxiety. That approach backfires. Healthy fixation forms when someone senses autonomy, direction, and boundaries. Unhealthy fixation forms when uncertainty is paired with insecurity. Dark psychology draws a clear line between the two. Another mechanism at play is emotional contrast. Experiences stand out when they differ from the baseline. If every interaction feels the same, nothing sticks. If one interaction carries intensity, calm, or depth unlike the rest of someone's day, it becomes a reference point. The mind returns to it to understand why it felt different. This is why listening can be more powerful than speaking. When someone feels seen without being dissected, understood without being handled, the experience leaves a mark. Most people talk to manage impressions. Few listen to understand. The latter creates resonance. Resonance is remembered. Self-possession is central. When you do not rush to fill silence, the silence gains weight. When you do not chase approval, approval follows. The absence of urgency signals internal security.
The brain reads this as status. Status is not hierarchy, it is perceived self-sufficiency. People cannot stop thinking about what they cannot easily influence. If your mood, pace, and decisions are not reactive to theirs, you remain mentally separate. That separation creates curiosity. Curiosity sustains attention. Boundaries play a decisive role. Clear boundaries prevent overfamiliarity, which erodes interest. Overfamiliarity flattens emotional texture. When boundaries are present, interactions stay intentional. Intention sharpens memory. People remember moments that felt chosen, not automatic. This is also why people fixate on those who leave without drama. When a connection ends cleanly, without pleading, justification, or blame, the mind struggles to reconcile the absence. There is no emotional debris to explain what happened. The unanswered question lingers. Contrast this with explanations. Explanations provide narrative. Narrative brings closure. Closure releases attention. Dark psychology observes that silence often keeps attention active longer than words ever could. Another driver is projection. When information is limited, the mind fills in the blanks with its own material. People project their desires, fears, and hopes onto you when you do not supply a complete image. They are not thinking about you as you are. They are thinking about themselves through you. That makes the fixation feel personal and intense. This is why authenticity must be paired with restraint. Oversharing collapses projection. Strategic privacy preserves it. You do not need to be mysterious. You need to be selective. Selectivity signals self-respect. Self-respect invites respect from others. Consistency over time reinforces fixation. Erratic behavior confuses, but it does not sustain interest. Predictable presence with unpredictable depth does. When your values, conduct, and tone remain steady, while your insights and experiences deepen, the mind stays engaged. Importantly, fixation fades when dependency appears. The moment someone senses that you need their attention to regulate your mood, interest shifts to management. Management kills desire. Dark psychology emphasizes autonomy because autonomy preserves polarity. Emotional regulation is the foundation. If you react strongly to minor stimuli, you become predictable. Predictability lowers salience. When you respond proportionally and intentionally, you maintain gravity. Gravity keeps others oriented toward you. This applies beyond attraction. In professional and social contexts, people remember those who move with purpose and restraint. They revisit conversations in their minds because something felt unresolved, not emotionally chaotic, but intellectually and energetically incomplete. Meaningful absence is powerful. Absence without meaning is forgettable. Meaning without absence is exhausting. The balance of the two keeps the mind engaged. This is why people think about those who leave an impression and then return to their own lives. Ethically, the line is clear. You are not responsible for managing someone else's emotions. You are responsible for managing your own conduct. Dark psychology is about self-mastery, not control of others. When you master your pace, boundaries, and presence, others respond naturally. People stop thinking about you when they feel they have you. They keep thinking about you when you feel complete without them. This is not indifference, it is wholeness. Wholeness invites attention because it does not demand it. In the end, fixation is not created by tactics, it is created by structure. Structure in how you show up, how you leave, how you listen, and how you protect your inner state. When those elements align, the mind of others does the rest. They think about you because your brain can't file you away. You do not fit into a category that allows dismissal. You are calm where others are loud, present where others are needy, selective where others are scattered. That combination resists closure. And the mind returns to what resists closure. That's why they can't stop thinking about you.